Well, we have made it to the season 2 finale of Love Live Superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And normally we'd be like, oh, well, I guess we'll have to wait now for a movie or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I I guess that's not the case this time.
It is not the case this time. It is official.
Like a referee's whistle. They're gonna make a third season?
Yep.
Huh?
I mean, I've been saying that for a while.
Yes, you have, but like even coming off the heels of this finale, it feels even more perplexing.
Yes. Yes.
But we'll get into all of that as we talk about this episode. So hello, welcome to this week's episode. Jared and now watch Love Live Superstar. It is episode number 24. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady M, the salty SOB herself.
Hello.
We are discussing season 2, episode number 12, the season 2 finale entitled "The Story That'll Make Me Come True." That just seems like bad grammar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, this is the season 2 finale. That doesn't really feel like a finale episode.
No.
It's weird. Which, I mean, I feel like we've said that a lot about a lot of these episodes, but like in particular, this one definitely feels weird.
It's very strange.
Yeah. We essentially kicked this episode off with what happened at the end of last week's episode where Chisato's like, hey, you should go study abroad. And
Yep.
then the rest of the girls are like, hey, you should go study abroad. And Conan's like, what? Huh? What? But,
But I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. And then she gets real sad.
Charlie
Can't even
Brown
talk to her
music.
friends. Ren goes out to talk to Chisato and is basically like, hey, it's real cool you're able to stand up and tell Kanan that, how you felt and everything. That was neat. Anyways, I'm not going to push you in this lake or anything, so don't worry. You
I, lo-
keep on doing your training.
I love the way both were like, yeah, she's totally gonna push her in the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we gremlins?
Because that's just the way we are. We also got to see the big Junker for the final
Junker.
time this season, which is good.
At least
He's
we
just
got
like,
to see him.
morph.
Morph.
That was pretty good. The first years were sitting on a very, very, very weird bench.
That bench is super weird.
It didn't make any sense, and they're basically like, what do we do? This is all weird. We should try and figure things out. All right, let's go train. That's how they train.
Yep, it's true.
I believe also Cuckoo and Sumire are also chit-chatting, are just like, yo, things are weird now, aren't they? Real weird. Anyways, we just gotta wait for things to cool down, mull over, whatever we gotta do, I guess. Kanan goes home and basically gets confronted by her mom and her sister, and are just like, hey, look, like, this is a pretty good opportunity you have. You'd be pretty dumb if you didn't take it, but we respect and support you whatever you do. Essentially,
Kanan also makes the weirdest sound at this part. I don't know
I don't remember what sound it was, but you definitely were like, what?
It's like when she was getting ready to like start crying. She says like a phrase, but then she's like, "What?" Like a weird like crack, and I was just like, "What is that?"
But yeah, they essentially were just like, hey, you should go study abroad. Get out of here.
You should do that.
And then Wien shows up and is just like, hey, can I chit chat with you for a second? I gotta tell you about my side of the story here, which is, hey, if you don't go, I don't go, so you better go, and I'm gonna get there no matter what. So I'm gonna drag you with me if I have to.
And we were like, "Hey, this is the most she's ever said in this entire series."
She didn't even come in and yell Kanan Shibuya.
She didn't. I'm disappointed.
She doesn't say that at all this entire episode, which is very disappointing.
0 out of 10.
She also burns her mouth on a takoyaki.
I burned my tongue earlier. Does that count?
Yes.
Cool.
And then, so basically, Wien's like, hey, you should, again, another person be like, you should probably go. If you don't, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And then Kanan goes upstairs to just look at the pamphlet and then flop onto her bed. And then Chisato's like, hey, come meet me at the school. We're going to do some breaking and entering.
Yay. Crime.
Love crimes.
Love crime.
Kanan's very scared of the spooky school at night. And Chisato's like, yeah, it's cool. Let's go.
The director's right there. She's fine.
Don't worry. And they basically have a big meeting where they're like, hey, you should go study abroad. What are you doing? You're the superstar. You got to spread our group and our school worldwide to the school in Vienna. Give us more recognition. Do the thing.
Like, even they're acknowledging at this point, like, yeah, this show's about Kanan.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You're a superstar. You're it. You're the name of the show.
You are the Love Live superstar.
It's true.
The girls also think that like they should just not disband but not be Liella
Mm-hmm.
if Kanan leaves, and Kanan's like, no, you got to stay being Liella. What are you doing?
You jerks. You got to keep it together.
Don't
Stay
change
together
the
for
name now.
the school.
And then Kanan basically makes her decision that, like, hey, I'll go study abroad because everyone told me I would be dumb if I didn't, so I might as well go.
Yep.
Then they basically go full into like prepping for Love Live, the finals. They make the outfits for it, which you were
Ugh.
very much a fan of.
Oh my God. They were such a mistake. Everything
Big-
about it was a mistake.
Big half capes on the lower half.
But not even like cool half cape, like a Yuna half cape. It's just like a weird half cape or like a Setsuna half cape. Like those are really well done. This just looks weird. The whole outfit's a mess. It's like they just vomited colors together.
We see a skeleton.
I do like the scaly.
We basically get to see like kind of everyone working towards, getting prepared and everything. That we see them training and everything, and then like they repeat a couple shots in there as well, which I thought was real funny.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, they legit just repeated them exactly, verbatim.
And then we cut to the stadium for the Love Live finals, and they're getting prepared backstage. Everyone's filing into the stadium. The girls from Sunny Passion have to sit in like the cheap seats, the nosebleeds.
Yeah, they got the nosebleeds.
Sorry, you're the defending champions, but we couldn't, give you some good tickets or anything.
You literally
Sit up
won
with the
last year.
commoners.
Get up there, and then Conan's family's like, "Wow, it's busy.
So many people
So many
here.
people."
It's a wild stage because like it's a stage, but it's like on water.
And the stairs go nowhere.
Yeah, and then
but
there's
a giant staircase.
so it's an open air dome stadium, right?
Yes.
And it has like a scoreboard you would see in like an arena at the top, but it's just there floating,
Yeah.
and it's very weird. I'm obviously like in retrospect or like in reality, it would probably be like very much suspended via like the roof.
Right.
But it just looks like it's just floating there, and I was just like, "What? That's a very weird design choice. Why is that there?" Especially because it's like super small as well. It's not like it's like giant or anything for like a stadium.
I love
It's just
how
a little tiny thing above the stage.
you're more bothered by the scoreboard rather than the giant staircase that goes nowhere for no reason.
Look, I've seen Love Live stages before in real life, and
I
they just
have
have a
too.
lot of giant staircases that lead to nowhere. So
All right.
I wasn't as bothered by it, but I do understand where you're coming from because it was just funny. It was like, here's a staircase, and you just go up, and there's nothing
and
there.
no one uses it. No one uses it.
No one uses it. Real funny.
Aw.
Yeah, they perform their song for the finale, Mirai no Oto ga Kiko Iru, which sure was a song. It was very much not like a Love Live finale song. It just
was
felt
not.
it seemed like a nice chill song, like calming in a way, but like it's not like the kind of finale song you would expect from this series in particular.
No.
Or like I guess the franchise in particular, I should say. So that was
like,
very bizarre.
compare this to Water Blue.
Right.
Holy there's a massive difference. It's such a mid song. Like, I think I even texted you and said it's boring. And I stand by that. That song is boring. There's
And then they
nothing exciting about it. Other than she having her hair down. That was actually kind of cool.
Yeah. And then they shoot off a bunch of fireworks.
A lot.
And then they cut away, and we see like the initial teaser shot for Superstar with the crosswalk.
Yep.
Which I thought was a nice little touch. And then they're like, "Hey, the new superstars of Love Live, Liella," and they get the little tiny trophy, and they get the flag.
It just feels so unearned.
It's like, "Yeah, we got it. Congratulations, we won! Yay, Colin, get the out of here!
Yeah,
What are you
outta
doing here? Get out of here! Colin, get out!"
I was thinking of it as the like old Yeller type thing, like, go on, get.
Get out of here! So yeah, they're basically like, you got to go get packed for your flight and everything. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Go home. Go home and be a family man.
Exactly.
So she goes to leave and she's like, I can't believe they kicked me out. That was real mean. And then like we end standing at the gate in the Uegaoka uniform and just like, hey, by the way, they canceled your study abroad. We're not going anywhere. You should have got a letter at home. So that's that. And then it cuts to like her mom and sister looking at it like, what is this? Like, I can't read German. Let's get Dad. Get in here. Translate it for us. And that's just how the episode ends.
Yeah.
Is that she's not going anywhere. Huh?
Huh?
I don't
Like,
get it.
One, like, that is extremely unprofessional, and like there's no reason to do that for a school. Like, if you're any kind of school that has some kind of level of respectability, which it seems like this one would,
Right.
like, you would not do this. Two, you would not do this on the day she's supposed to fly out for sure. And like there would be better communication about this.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
but she didn't like do anything to have it rescinded. It doesn't make any sense. It's just drama for the
Sorry,
sake
you
of
won Love
drama.
Live. We can't let you back.
Right. It's like, what? What is going on? Like, huh?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. It also feels like they were at least going for an interesting
Yes.
way for season 3 to be, and then they just cut out the knees of it like they have done time and time and time again with season 2 of like, let's do something interesting. Nah, let's not.
No, never mind. Like they spent so much of this episode like building up that she was going to go and like having these conversations and like trying to figure out how these characters feel about it all and then they're just like, never mind.
Like, if you're not gonna have her go, make them lose Love Live.
Right.
Do something interesting in that aspect and not just be like, ooh, surprise, you're not going. What's going to happen next season? Whoa. It's just like, that's such a lame cliffhanger.
It's so cheap.
Yeah.
And like we spent so much of this final episode dedicated to this
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't even matter. None of it
Nope.
mattered.
Nope. Also, how is we in the uniform? Like, she's obviously like going to be a first year next year. I don't think the school year has switched over yet.
No, it hasn't.
What are you doing here?
I mean,
Get
like,
out of here.
get out of here. Like I knew she was going to like join up with a school and be part of Leah. I knew that was going to happen. It makes sense.
Which I think would be interesting if they make her join, because they're also going to do auditions for a new character that's supposed to join Leo, I believe.
Correct.
So, like, what are they... What?
So the ongoing theory, which I, grain
Take it
of
with a
salt.
grain of salt, yeah.
Yeah. Like we already know she's joining. She's in there. It's just happening. That's pretty much a given. The other thought is that Kanan's little sister is going to join because she was talking about being part of the school next year, and they like mentioned, hey, you should be a school idol. Which would explain why they're only doing one audition, because they already had the voice actors for the other ones.
I mean, I think it would be interesting if they just went with, like, another member. It's like, just make him 10 and see
Yeah.
if that changes the dynamic of anything. If they just bump it up to 12,
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, like, adding Wien as well just seems real counterintuitive, considering how much she was, like, antagonistic towards him and everything. Like, she hasn't... it doesn't feel like she's really earned, like, this
The redemption.
babyface turn, or the redemption, yeah.
Yeah. She hasn't. Partially because she got like maybe 10 lines in the entire season. And like 7 of them were Kanan Shibuya.
Kanan Shibuya. Yeah, it's... What a... That... I don't know. And, like, obviously they've confirmed they're making a season 3. Like, what do they even do?
What do they do?
What's the hook for this season? Oh, like, I mean, obviously you mentioned that, hey, they're going to be, like, going for the back-to-back win.
Which is
but,
why they
like,
brought that up with Sunny Passion now.
that doesn't. How do you make 12 episodes out of that?
Your guess is as good as mine. And I mean, especially when you have a win that feels so unearned like this. Like, I just keep thinking about Aqua and like how you saw them like really struggle to get there.
I mean, you can make the argument that like the Muse stuff was more earned than this was.
You
And
can.
even
I
and
would.
we even had like issues with that as well, but like they at least had somewhat of a struggle, I think, with cohesion and everything and dealing with their school stuff and all of that. Whereas like this season it was just like the most cakewalk way to get them into the finals and win Love Live. If this was sports, you would see people in the comments being like, "Can't believe Liella got this Mickey Mouse championship win. What
I
is this
was
BS?"
It was like Kid Gloves Love Live. It was so
Yeah.
weird. And like that song would not, there's no way.
I don't understand. I mean, I can't say I don't understand. I don't really see what they're gonna do to make any sort of drama meaningful at all in the third season.
Especially when they just like, again, cut the knees off when they do something that's actually somewhat remotely interesting.
Right.
Like I kept joking, or at least I joked once. I was joking in my head a lot. Um, Kanan like goes and studies abroad, and then she becomes like the rival. Like that would have been interesting. That would have been cool.
Look, you can name like 1,000 things, and it would have been more interesting than what they did.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But that's how the season 2 ends.
Just a close up of Kanan freaking out.
But
What?
yeah, we got some notes and trivia this week, and by that I mean we have one thing, and that is the NHKE broadcast exclusive end card is of Liella.
What?
That's it. So I guess we will return to the world of Love Live Superstar. I'm assuming next year.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. With season 3, maybe they can turn this ship around.
God, I hope so.
Probably not. But I guess we'll see how they figure things out. Whatever they decide to do.
Put the big pupper in, Layla.
There we go. Now that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Chibi for Liella.
I'm for that.
Chibi as the rival group.
Yeah. Chibi gets mentored by Sunny Passion.
Sorry, Ren. I gotta go. This is my calling.
Bork.
Borf.
I legit, that would be way more interesting than probably anything they're gonna do.
Yep.
Let the dog dance.
What the dog doing? Dancing. What the dog doing? Singing. What the dog doing? Winning.
Yeah. I'd let the dog win Love Live.
I mean, he's got that dog in him.
Mm.
Because he's a dog.
Dog.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for this season of Love Live Superstar. We will return for whenever season 3 comes up next year, presumably. Yeah.
Yeah.
This sure was a season.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But that's gonna do it for this week's podcast. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts, like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews.
Ah. Sorry, I got scared.
That's not surprising.
Sorry, continue. Columns and reviews.
You can follow us on Twitter or TikTok at Anime Checkup, and you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love Live Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next time as I guess we return to Inuyasha again.
Yep.
So look forward to that, and whenever we decide to come back for season 3 of Love Live Superstar.
Mm-hmm.